Have you ever found yourself constantly disappointed? So disappointment says something did not go as I expected. But if we use that emotion to guide us, like the inner compass that it is, we would find that there are hidden and unconscious needs and expectations and ideas of what outcome we desire from that person or situation. If you want to learn more, check the link in my bio to go to the blog. Disappointment is our cue that something is missing. So let's dive deeper. Disappointment tends to come up when we haven't clearly expressed something. Often we aren't even aware of what that was that we wanted from that person or situation. It was just running in the background of our minds, and our brain used our past experiences to predict the outcome that we expected to get. But something falls short and disappointment pops up in our emotional awareness to let us know that we were missing something from the scenario. Emotions that are related to disappointment are resentment, contempt, frustration, anger, sadness, grief, confusion, neglect, and surprise. Some of those emotions are also amplifications of disappointment, such as resentment, contempt, and anger, that show us that disappointment has been going on for a while and we're still missing something. Disappointment is our signal to look deeper and learn more about our needs, our values, and our expectations. The more consciously aware we are of our needs, values, and expectations, the easier it is to start vocalizing and sharing those things with people who need to know, so that they don't keep going unmet and we don't keep feeling disappointment. The problem is we often don't even know what it is that we needed or expected until it's too late. So when disappointment comes up and we start to look at those past experiences or those current experiences, we're able to start to explore what it was that was missing and start asking ourselves questions. What did I need in that moment to feel happy, to feel good, to feel satisfied? What did I expect from this situation? If we don't take the time to explore that, then we will just consistently fail to communicate that with the people around us and consistently feel disappointed. Okay, so how do you find your needs and expectations? Let's use an example. If your partner forgets your birthday and doesn't even acknowledge it 1 year, you would probably feel disappointment and hurt because you expected them to remember that. When it doesn't happen, you might tell yourself a story to explain the feeling, and the unmet expectation might sound something like, well, they just don't care about me and I'm not a priority for them. If you were to look at that statement and then examine it, you'd notice that to feel love and belonging, you need the people that are close to you to remember the dates and the things that are important to you. Maybe you need quality time or words of affirmation or a gift on those special occasions to indicate that you're important to them too. If you never take the time to express that, it is unlikely that they are going to know what makes you feel special or that your birthday is important to you, especially if they grew up in a household that didn't prioritize birthdays or didn't model your preferred love language. So it might be helpful to start familiarizing yourself with Maslow's hierarchy of needs to be able to easily find your inner needs based off of the different situations that you're examining. There is a deep dive on this in my blog, and it tells you how to use those needs to set clear boundaries. You can find it if you go to the link in my bio, click blog, and then click the topics button that says boundaries. I will be talking a little bit more about this, so make sure that you have followed and subscribed, so that way you can stay updated. It's time for a quick reality check. Occasionally, we have some unrealistic expectations that are running in the background, and the expectations are far beyond reach. As you begin to identify your expectations, it's really, really helpful to break down each one of those and be honest with yourself. What specifically do you expect? what criteria needs to be met for that expectation to be fulfilled. So sometimes we put a lot of criteria into an expectation that just is not feasible for us, or even others in that moment, whether it's time, it's skills, it's mental capacity, or it's something else completely. Often, one of the biggest things I see is my clients will expect themselves to be experts or masters at something right off the bat. And then they get upset with themselves when they don't reach that impossible bar they set for themselves. So learning a new skill takes consistent practice, adjustment, and effort. Mistakes are how we learn, and we know that adjustments need to be made. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. Perfection in any form seems to be the most common unrealistic expectation there is. The idea of the word perfect is an illusion. Perfection is only ever able to achieve stagnation. There is no growth with imperfection or a way to expand beyond the criteria that is assigned to perfection. If your expectation is to always grow and learn, it's far more achievable, realistic, and adaptable. Plus, you're way more happy with your progress. So if you need support discovering your needs and expectations, schedule a call with me. The link is in my bio. I promise, life does not have to be so hard. And it gets even easier when you have boundaries that uphold your needs, you know what your values are, and you know what your expectations are. So this is only a drop in the bucket of what is possible and how you too can change your life. When we are aware of our needs and expectations and ensure that they are reasonable, achievable, and feasible, then we have the ability to communicate and share those expectations with others. This allows them to support you and you an opportunity to start prioritizing yourself, your needs, and create boundaries and balance in your life. So to do this, you have to really start taking the time to get to know yourself much better, including the hidden parts of you that aren't as easily seen. So if you're ready to stop being disappointed constantly and ready to start creating more balance and happiness and satisfaction in your life, click the link in my bio to schedule a call and get started. In just 6 months, you can go from always disappointed to so much more happy, content, and fulfilled. I am here for any questions, and I look forward to speaking to y'all.